This is going to be my first working set. Let's see how many reps I get. I have 20 kgs there. What I've done till now is just warm up, and you know the drill. I think you've been watching my videos. You know that I like to do very elaborate warm-ups. I like to see to it that I get the blood pumping. I think I said that for the 700th time now, and you know, get going. So I did a warm-up with just my body weight. After I did just a body weight warm-up, I did 12 kgs, and now I'm doing 20 kgs. I did 5 reps with 20 kgs. So that was my warm-up session. The blood is pumping, I'm sweating, my heart rate is elevated, and my quads are, well, my quads are good to go. But let me just also say that I don't really like leg day. I do it because I have to, right? Because you have a good upper body, but then you have like chicken legs. It's just horrible. But I also must say that videotaping these things is making me push harder. I would not have gone to the gym today, but since I have to put up or upload these videos, I'm kind of motivated to do leg day. Yeah, let's go. Oh my God. Come on. So as you can see, I kind of squatted and held my position for a bit. That's just because I am a masochist. Not really. That's because the reason why I did that is because this is lightweight relatively. If I went to the gym, I would be doing a leg press, or I'd be squatting, and that'd probably be 5 times this weight. So you have to get more out of less weight. So how do you do that? You do that by deliberately making the movement difficult, by holding at lengthened positions. Holding at lengthened positions is what I meant to say, right? I hope you can hear me. Anyways, doing that is going to make the movement more difficult, and you get more out of less weight. So it's not about lifting heavy weight, but making the weight feel heavy. That's the point. Set 2, let's go. Ah, damn. Whew. The second set is done. What did I do here was I went for a drop set, right? I went for a drop set at the very end. It was brutal and painful, and also very effective if you ask me, because it's those last few reps that really burn. It's those ones that I would say build muscle, right? I think I use the phrase proximity to failure. Minimum I should use it at least once every video that I upload. So I'm using it here. I've already used it once in this video, so let me repeat that. Proximity to failure is what builds muscle, right? So towards the very end, I also restricted my range of motion because when I'm going like this, right? I'm going down, that's down, right? And when I'm going up, but then you can go down and you don't have to go all the way up. You can keep the tension on the muscle. It's brutal. Doing that with weight is more challenging. So what you could do is what I did, which is you could do a drop set where, or you can call it a drop set, whatever you can. At the end of the day, it's the effort that matters, right? So I did as many reps, probably 12 reps, okay, in the heel elevated position with weight that I could. And then what I did was go for a remove the weights and then just rep it out as many reps as I possibly can. I didn't count, just block out the pain and go for it. Now that it is in that position, it is in that movement, okay, that I didn't go for a full range of motion. I think you guys could probably correct me if that's not the exact way in which I did it, but you get the point, right? So second set is done. I'm going to do another set of this same style with a drop set, and then I'm going to do sissy squats. Sissy squats are going to be really, they are a very, very good movement, and I think you should really check them out. A lot of people don't do that, and the important point is that you don't need any equipment to do them, so you could do it at your house as well. They do require a lot of stability and balance, and you also can do this with, you know, minimal equipment, a point that I shall come to very quickly once I finish the set. And if you stick around to the very end, right, I will show you some stretching movements that you can do, static stretches, which help alleviate pain. I will also tell you how to foam roll correctly. That way you will probably be getting some help out of this. Second thing is you will be helping me get the watch time. Let's go for the third set. Right, so the third set is done. Again, I couldn't get too many reps. I got about, I think, 7 or 8 reps with just the dumbbells, and then I went for a drop set, repped them out as much as I could. Again, it was to a certain extent a partial range of motion, feeling the movement, sometimes stopping at the contracted position, sometimes stopping at the lengthened position, seeing to it that you make the movement difficult. And another point that I want to make here is that you don't really need a lot of equipment to build muscle. You can start working out anywhere, right? Not anywhere. You can't start repping out push-ups on the road. I stand corrected. I correct myself, but you can buy a pair of dumbbells and start just curling those bad boys in the room. Curling those bad boys in the room. I'm not quite sure if that can be interpreted as innuendo. Perhaps not. Let's not do that. Let's not do that, right? You know, bicep curling some dumbbells. You could squat with them. You could do some chest workouts, right? You could just squat without even dumbbells. You could just squat, right? You could squat at your house. You could do that. You live in an apartment. You could squat. You could do that at the apartment, right? The other thing is that I used to actually do this during COVID, where I had quite a bit of time and I decided, well, why don't I just buy a pair of dumbbells? I bought a bench too and started working out there, and I built a decent amount of muscle actually. Just doing some bodyweight workout, some bodyweight stuff, and throwing around some dumbbells. I work harder now than I used to then, but I built more muscle. I blew up then. That's the natty gains, not natty gains. That's the newbie gains, right? That almost work like steroids. Of course they aren't. And you know, as natural lifters, we need to, you know, steroiders can get away with a lot. No shade on them. They have to work very hard. They have to also put in the effort. But they can get away with some stuff that we can't. With sleep, nutrition, seeing to it that you really hone in on the training. But everything, whether it be sleep or training, starts with nutrition. hang around. I'm going to do sissy squats now. Sissy squats done. Yes, I took my shirt off. My physique is nothing to write home about when it comes to social media standards. I'm putting it out there because I do feel a little self-aware and self-conscious of the fact that I'm getting there. At some point of time, I probably will be social media physique worthy. But putting that aside and coming to sissy squats, they're called sissy squats, but they are nothing but easy. Okay, they train the rectus femoris. I had previously mentioned this in a video of mine on leg day, so please do check that out. They train the rectus femoris muscle in the lengthened position, and they are the only muscle that do that. They do require quite a bit of balance and coordination, which is why I was holding on to the window railing when I was doing those sets. They are difficult, and it's kind of good to also train balance and coordination. I think to a certain extent hypertrophy training is missing rotation, so that rotation component that you get, okay, that part is what bodybuilding style training essentially is missing. And in addition to that, balance and coordination. I mean, you will get balance and coordination if you do, let's say, a bench press or a squat, not a Smith machine. A Smith machine is a fantastic machine, but it's not going to train your stabilizers the way a bench press or a squat is going to. Now, if you want to efficiently maximize muscle, you can't use those, right? So your stabilizers, and I think balance kind of takes a hit, because at the end of the day, what is muscle building training? Any kind of training, whether it be powerlifting, weightlifting, hypertrophy training, these are specialized kinds of training, and when you're specializing in one particular way, you're, leaving something off the table, right? So you should not do that. So yes, train for muscle, and see to it that you also incorporate certain stability movements and movements like rotation. I'm learning about those things, so I will definitely start putting those movements also in, so that we get a well-rounded holistic program where you can build muscle, endurance, stability, balance, velocity, all of it. Now, you can't get all of it, which is the reason why people have specialized training. But I'm not here to kind of be a professional coach trying to get you to bodybuilding show. I'm here to tell you that you can build a decent physique where all components of fitness and aspects of a health can be ticked, or fitness essentially can be ticked, which will see to it that you are healthy, by the way, right? The most, I would say, I repeated this in a previous video of mine, and I repeat that again, the cheapest form of preventive healthcare is actually working out, right? You could take all your supplements, you could take all of that later, but just doing hard training and eating a good amount of food is in fact good enough. And people say that, oh my god, it's like expensive. I don't want to sound like I'm like some sort of a hardcore maniac, but you could order less from Swiggy, right? Swiggy is going to sue me for this, but you could probably do that. You could, cook your own meals perhaps, right? Eat less outside. Doing that and buying a bunch of some weights, I think is going to work out to be cheaper, because if whatever you're going to, if you're going to go to a restaurant and eat, that guy is definitely going to take all the food that you ate into the cost and put a profit on. You could make the same thing at home and you can make it healthier. I know it's time, I know I'm getting my own counter arguments in my head when I try to make an argument, but all I'm trying to do is that it's cheap. Preventive healthcare, exercise, it's relatively cheaper than all the other crazy wellness programs that people sell out there to the ultra rich, because, well, it's fancy, right? Start with this, man. You can go there, sure, but start with this. Okay, get a coach. That'll turn out to be better, because if you don't, you're going to go around in circles, not knowing what you're doing. Very few people are consistent and are able to be motivated to go to the gym every time, and you have to go and lift weights forever. It's not a 3-month thing, it's not a 6-month thing, right? It's forever. You start lifting today and you do that forever, right? Anyways, let's do another set of sissy squats. Enough. So I've been training for about close to 3 years now, and this is my unpumped upper level physique, upper body, right? That's kind of how I look. What I'm doing here again is my second set of sissy squats. Uh, so I'll get there, and I wanted to kind of like show that when you're not pumped, when you just normally look the way you are and you're a natural lifter, you are not going to look super, I would say, amazing or anything. It's going to be pretty flat, right? So don't believe a lot of social media and what they kind of show you. This is the realistic way in which how a lifter looks. Right. So it's done. I think I've done my quads, and it's important that you don't. At least for me, I don't do very high volume. I'm not used to high volume training. I do pretty low volume training. Perhaps I should, considering how mid my physique is, I think it's a wake up call that I increase my volume, which is probably what I'm going to do. I've done 6 sets completely including my sissy squats, and what else? And my quads, my squats, my heel elevated squats and sissy squats included. I have done 6 sets. I think I'm going to call it a day for squats. I'll do hamstrings, and with that we'll finish the workout. Yes, I have not forgotten about foam rolling, as well as some static stretching to do, so that you don't suffer the next day. You will suffer the next day after leg day. Leg day is suffering is leg day, but it'll be better, right? So let's do hamstrings. Romanian deadlift. It's about 8 reps, I guess, is what I got. I again stopped at the bottom so that I can get the stretch, feel the stretch, and bias the movement. But again, after doing a lot of stretch friendly training, one can also say that, what about new stimulus, right? What about throwing in, I don't know, stopping at the contracted position? Research says that the contracted position doesn't give, that much of a hypertrophic stimulus compared to the lengthened position. So let's say I'm doing my bicep curls. If I'm just doing this, right, that is not good enough. But if I'm doing this where I'm stretching, that is good enough, is what it says. But what if I've been doing this for 6 months, right? What if I change it up? Will this novelty, right, or this changing up of routine lead to better muscle growth, right? That's an empirical point of view. But also from a mechanism driven point of view, what exactly does lengthened bias movements do? Does it actually lead to greater mechanical tension? If you guys know anything about it, if you are an exercise scientist who thinks about this and loses sleep on these things, my God, that's bad for muscle growth. Don't lose sleep on it. But if you know this, please let me know, right? I'm learning this shit and kind of like it. Please let me know. Thank you very much. Third set of Romanian deadlifts. After this, I think I'll just call it a day. It was raining, and I did 6 sets of quads, 3 sets of hamstrings. I do not think 3 sets is going to be good enough. I think I have decent hamstrings. It's fine. But also the other point that I think it's important to make here is that you don't have to kill it every session. You just have to be able to do it, because if you're in for the long game, if you're going to lift forever, doing something is better than doing nothing, right? And also the way it makes me feel now is that I actually feel better that I got some workout done than not completely skipping it. It actually makes me feel more energetic. It makes me feel nice, right? Because if I didn't come to the gym, or if I didn't work out, I would be like, damn, I didn't work out today, I didn't put in the effort, and that would kind of like, make me not feel so great. Sure, might not have been the most mind-blowing session, right? But it's fine. It's okay. It would have done something. And having that mindset where you're able to go to a workout and get it done when you don't feel like, is going to carry over to things where you will get shit done even though you don't want to do it. Happened to me personally. I hope it happens to you guys too, and it'll definitely happen. Let's do the third set of Romanian deadlifts.